Summertime, summertime. Så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime, summertime. Honey, solen danser, du og jeg.
Hi there and welcome to your modern shaman Maria in RainbowLand. This is the weekly heartful report from the week that starts at the 21st until the 29th of August 2018. Here with a new setup. We will have a new sort of report, and it's gonna be called 7 Signs of the Week, because each week we will have 7 things I will go through that are significant for this week, or the week we are going through. This week will be filmed from the home in Denmark, close to the forest, and you will see some nature wonders instead of my face this time. And it will take you into yourself and your core and create peace while you listen. So, this week we will have, first of all, the general overview, the main point of the week for the report. Number 1. Number 2, Sun. The Sun is moving into an earth sign, into Virgo. What does this mean for your sign? Number 3, Mercury. It is going direct. Ooh, yeah, from last week. It is sextiling Venus. And it's squaring Jupiter, a benefic planet. So, number 4, Mars is direct later on this week in Capricorn. Ooh, still blows from Uranus, but in a new light. 4 planets still retro. Number 5. Venus is still at home. We like her, but it's gonna square Pluto. What does this mean for the relationships? Number 6. Full moon in Pisces on the 26th of August. Number 7. Card of the week. Yay! We'll start with weekly tarot cards, because Maria has been doing tarot since she got her first deck from her father, who is also a tarot card reader, when she was 12. So of course she will use this now, and it's Rider-Waite card. Yeah, that is the extra of this week, but it will be every week from now on that we will also take a tarot card for each sign. So these are the 7 signs of the week. And now we start with number 1. Are you ready? The overall view for all of us. Yay! And this week, my main theme will be man plans, God laughs. And do you know what I mean by that? Well, man plans and God laughs. That means something that I have discovered so many times. We can want and desire this and that and that and this with our little human egos. And for sure we will, because we have Jupiter in Scorpio. And we can shout and we can scream and we can do this and that, and we can complain and put guilt upon this and that person, and say, oh, this is also because he didn't do, or she didn't do, or I didn't do, and we blame ourselves, we blame others, etc. But when it all comes down to it, I've said it before, then what I can see as an astrologer is that there is a plan. There is a plan. So you can scream and you can shout, but your higher self made a plan with God before you came here, and you can call it God or whatever. I don't care. I am not talking about just, any kind of 3D God that wants your money. I'm talking about Creator, what made us, what we are all a grand part of, which means that God is us, in a way. But that's a longer philosophical story. The whole point is that whatever you're struggling with now, and whatever you feel bruised and battered about coming out of the eclipse, is a part of a plan. And you know, if you have a strong desire with Jupiter and Scorpio, you have with Uranus and Taurus, there's something you want to manifest. You know, and with all the things that has been going on in Leo, where we are now going into another sign, of course, then, yeah, you know what I'm going to say? We have a lot of things we want to do and have fun and do things that makes us laugh and joyful and da. And that's what we've been going through during these eclipses, because the last two ones were in Leo, where we want to play and have a joyful life, etc. But not all of the plans are accessible right now. So surrender your desires to God. The spiritual journey of anyone on this planet is all about, if you want to ascend and want to fulfill the spiritual purpose of being on this planet and ascend to nirvana or whatever you want to call it, you know, to the next level where you don't have to reincarnate. The whole trick is to actually be able to let go of all your desires. To let go of all your desires, to give them to God, to Creator, to trust, to your higher self, and trust the process and notice the signs along the way. Follow the path of the highest vibration of joy, or the highest vibration of what makes your heart sing. And now I'm not saying that, oh, but it makes me so joyful to go to the cinema and watch these kind of movies and da. This is not what I'm talking about. Those are the pleasures we can have here on a 3D plane. I'm talking about when we don't have resistance in a certain way, and you need to learn to know yourself on a deep core level as a soul, to know when it's actually your heart that sings to you. But sometimes we suffer and we feel suffering. This can be old karmic debt being paid back, so to speak. And this can create a lot of suffering, of course, because we relive stuff to let it go, to release it. But if a door isn't open and you keep trying to force it open, it's not the right door if it doesn't open. I'm not saying, like, for example, if you have a business and you want to fight for it and it takes time and keep hitting shut doors, but if there's no signs of you continuing in this direction because it doesn't give you joy, that's what I'm talking about. Or if you're with someone who doesn't want a child and you really want it, maybe because this person is having an illness in the family that he knows or she knows that will go on to the child, or maybe this person already had 5 children, but then, you know, hand your desire over to God if it doesn't feel right to leave the woman or to leave the man. You know, in whatever thing it is that you desire so badly, if you can leave any kind of desire to God, then you have liberated yourself. Because then you can actually start living your highest purpose and fulfill what you came here for. And listen and hear, because then you're open. When you let go of the desires you have to achieve certain things, you are open. Otherwise you're closed off. So this is very important on this journey of finding out where we're going. Maybe probably you are the only one standing in your way for yourself. Maybe your purpose is to serve other people as a light worker. And then the benefits will come as you do so. Give all your cares and worries and desires and things to God, is what they always taught us. And then the world will land before your feet. Because then you're empty enough to see the beauty in the things that you already have. And you attract more of the beautiful things. And you will see that the things that you didn't think was beautiful, or you didn't recognize or realize that you actually had in your life, was actually already the gifts that you wanted. But you kept complaining because That is just the nature of us as human beings sometimes. You know, my dad used to call it the law of unsatisfaction. You know, that is what we are so good at. Limiting ourselves as human beings for that matter. Okay, so no matter how spiritual you think you are, we are all in a process. No matter how far you think you've come, we are all in a process. I don't think that anyone got out of this eclipse without feeling bruised in some one way or the other. I hope that you see why and that you are in a good new direction for yourself in your life. After the eclipse, we all woke up to some realities. And them realities we need to learn to accept. Everything is possible in the right order, but not everything is possible in the same life. We really need to feel into what is actually the purpose and point for us in this life. We cannot get all lives gathered into one. Freedom and space and 10 children at the same time. Being a known musician and being a very personal and private person. It's a retrograde phase. It's time to stand face to face with ourselves. So don't focus too much upon, but he also said, and she also did, and they also Put your focus and intention inwardly. Still, I know that some has to be outwardly because now we have Mercury moving forward and we will have Mars doing the same thing. So a lot is going on this week. So, second sign of the week, Capricorn, is that the Sun is moving into another earth sign, sister sign. Yay! Into your 9th house in a grand trine, grand earth trine. And that is actually a very good aspect for you. And it can be that life is actually handing you the life of your dreams on a silver plate if you dare to jump 21 Jump Street. With Johnny Depp, I just thought about that series from early 90s. Anyways, if you dare to jump, life can actually be handing you dreams on a silver plate. That's what I meant to say before I got a little silly. So in regards to your identity, children, romantic partner, exploring the world, expanding your mind, in just the way you wanted to. The Sun in the 9th is your belief system. Uranus in your 5th, this is part of this grand earth trine, is your creative expression and love for life. Saturn in your 1st is you finding a new creative expression of who you are based upon a brand new belief system you're building. Perhaps being shown to you as you follow your heart of yours, that heart of yours moving forward. It couldn't be much better, you know. It's your planet in the 1st, and it's making a grand trine in your sister signs. It's really time for you to manifest the dream, the life of your dreams, Cabbies. Yeah, don't take that for granted, but take advantage of it now. Sign number 3 of the week. Mercury is direct. It was last week too. And what else is Mercury doing this week? Well, it's forming a nice sextile to Venus and a square to Jupiter. Benefic. So Mercury direct in your 8th house. If there was some complications with your mutual finances or resources, taxes, personal inner shared resources in a partnership, inheritances, insurances, etc., starts improving now. So if there was some miscommunication about them or some, destabilization of resources, business or personally, and we always need to put extra energy into anything concerning retrograde. So now things start becoming more predictable again, and as Mercury is moving direct. And it's moving direct in Leo, where the North Node also is. So the 8th is your financial shared resources, deepest desires, what you really want and what you really need. And this is a boost of energy here, like extra fueled gasoline on your tank. It's sexual energy and drive, strong desires, things you want. It's always good to, take advantage of this energy. But of course, there's also fear in the 8th house, so fear of transformation. So don't be afraid to get the life of your dreams that you so strongly desire, and get the relationships that you so strongly desire. Take advantage of it, as I said before. Sign number 4 of the week. Mars is going directly in your sign, Capricorn. You are definitely the ones that are on stage this week, and also this week. So we still have 4 planets retrograde though, so still some inward time. But it's gonna be stationary, Mars, during the most of the week, and won't move direct until the 28th. But again, it's in your sign. And there are 2 other retrogrades here, of course, as we know, Pluto and Saturn. So you can get yourself prepared, for the Mars direct on the 28th of August. So, because after that you will have 2 to 3 weeks of this sort of opportunity to have a lot of energy to push through these old patterns of yours that you want to change to create the life that you want, the life of your desires, your dreams. So Mars went over the same spot in your sign. It retrograded over it, and that what happened again in many years. So take this opportunity to change your ways. Change your ways. But it hasn't been easy though with all the eclipses. Eclipses, etc. It hasn't been easy with actually the 30 degrees Capricorn, 0 degrees Aquarius point is the death point. So maybe you've had some letting goes to do in your life. People that had to leave your life, animals, people, anyone dear to you. Yeah. So of course Pluto here in your sign can impose some fear as well. So ride the wave and overcome this fear instead. Ride the wave and overcome this fear instead. It's a great idea. Sign number 5 of the week is that Venus is at home in Libra. We know that, but it's squaring Pluto. So the Venus-Pluto square is that you may be programmed to think that you have to live life in a certain way, right? But Venus in your 10th house, destiny house, squaring Pluto in your identity house, is asking you to transform yourself. Pluto's transformation, deeper transformation, and not be stuck upon which professional face you show the world, or how you think is the only way you can be in front of other people, or others in general. It's your old programming that needs deep transformation once again. But Venus, anything to do with Venus right now, going through her own relationship sign, is for all of us. This Venus-Pluto square has something to do with us improving our relationships over the next period of time. 3 months with Venus retro in Scorpio and Libra, where Saturn was from 11 to 12 to 13, because it's going to go from 10 Scorpio back into 20 until around 20, roughly around 25 of Libra, and then forward again. So another retrograde this year. It's crazy, but it's about relationships. We need to change our ways in relationships, really. Jupiter has been here. Mars was retrograding in Scorpio 2 years ago. So she's actually Venus closing up a cycle here. So it's important for us to make that change within ourselves, as the Man in the Mirror Michael Jackson song says. For your sign, of course, it's very significant in the areas of the 10th and the 11th house. So it is your face in the world. It is your friendships, cycles, etc. But it's also relationships and values in general. Sign number 6 of the week is the full moon in Pisces on the 26th of August. The full moon is possibly your own veil that you put upon your thoughts, because Neptune is in your 3rd house and the full moon is in your 3rd house, and of thinking, communication, movement, etc. Neptune is putting a veil upon it. So old, tankestøj in Danish. What is that in English? Old noises of your mind just saying blah 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 blah, and programmings in your head. You cannot shake out of your captain hat. And I truly advise you to stop being trapped in the same way of thinking. Start thinking in a new way. This is a chance to do so with the full moon here. And by the way, talking about the moon, is going through your sign. this week. So this will bring some identity issues to the forefront, and you may be a little sensitive as it moves over your planet, and then Pluto, and then it hits Mars as well. So that's going to be some wild days with a lot going on. A lot of transformation is possible. Seventh sign of the week is the card of the week. What is that for you guys? Woo! It's the Three of Pentacles. Yay! The tarot card of the week. All right, this is truly about manifesting your communication in daring to jump into what you really, really want in your life. Doing it. Talking about it, communicating it with the full moon here in new ways. Stand upon the scene and let us see that new face of yours in this world. Let us see what it is that you have been doing. Show us. Talk to us about it. Communicate it out. Dare to show us and manifest the gifts that you have for us Capricorns. And remember, don't follow trends, follow your heart. Thanks for watching this week. See you next week. Big hugs from your modern shaman, Maria in RainbowLand, checking out.
Summertime. Så du min, og jeg vild